Okay, so today we are going to talk a little bit more about rolling. I've been really bad this COVID. I really need to get back on track with my rolling exercises, specifically my hamstrings, hip flexors. Glutes are really tight, so I've been doing more biking to get around and not enough yoga. So one of the things you can do is roll out your glutes and hamstrings as well as stretch them. There's all sorts of balls you can use. You can use a tennis ball, a lacrosse ball. I have this spiky guy here. This is just a Pilates ball. And then I've got this awesome guy, which is like a cross between a foam roller. And I think we've talked about these before. But anyways, we're just gonna get right into it this morning with a quick roll and a bit of a stretch. So I don't know where my lacrosse ball's gone, so I'm gonna use this really interesting spiky guy. If you're super sore, this is going to be really hard for you. I'm an experienced roller, so today I'm going to use this one. You can also lessen the impact by putting it on a softer surface like a couch, and really just like letting your tight hips loosen up on the ball so you can feel the muscle loosen. Taking a few breaths, and I'm kind of rolling right across the glute. So stabilizing yourself, going side to side along the medial glute, and even finding your piriformis at the side. So a little bit painful, and I can almost feel my glute loosening up as I'm going slowly with the ball here. So just working around those spots. It's a little bit of a workout as well. So I'm feeling some tightness at the bottom of my glute. And just go nice and slow. And if you're going to do a tennis balls are wonderful because we want our muscles to relax. Sometimes if we're really sore and inflamed, using a harder ball is not going to be as beneficial. I am great with really deep active release, so this ball is great for me. But with a tennis ball, you want to make sure you've got a higher quality ball, because there is a difference. If you buy like a dollar store ball, it'll just kind of fold in half. The tennis ball is a little bit better. It's a little bit tougher. So I've done my glute. I'm just going to show you on this leg for today. We're going to sit up and kind of roll the hamstring. So finding those little spots. Mine are really tight, but they don't feel as bad as the glutes. So just make sure you keep rolling. And sometimes it takes a little bit before your muscles will start to hurt. And you can really hurt the fascia, so you can really start to feel it after a few rolls. So don't give up if it's not hurting right away. And then we're going to come on to the IT band. So IT band can be really, really tight and painful. I'm going to take the softer ball for this. A tennis ball would probably be your best bet. So you kind of have to get yourself right down the side. Again, this is a workout. Ooh, we're just going to roll down the side of the leg. You can't really stretch these. It's a connective tissue. So it is important to roll. I'm going to go right onto my quads. And really you should spend a bit more time doing this, but our quick little video today. So the other thing is the inner thighs. These are a bit of a pain in the rear end to roll out. I have been horseback riding, so mine are really tight, but even with squats and lunges, they can get tight and we neglect them. They're a little bit difficult, so it's a bit easier with a bigger ball, just to kind of get in on the side of the leg, up the quad. And now I'm really feeling it, so I can tell how tight I actually am. We're just gonna kind of come into a stretch here and even just rolling back and forth from this stretch position. And now I'm really, really feeling them. So I have pretty bad hip flexors as well. And everything's kind of related. So it's important not to neglect specific areas. And remember to breathe through them. Okay, so we're not gonna go too crazy. Let's do the calf as well. So some people feel lots of pain up these little stabilizing muscles on the side of the ankle, depending on what shoes you've been wearing. It's almost better to get a smaller ball for the calf. I happen to have a golf ball right here. So I'm gonna take this, it's a little bit hard. Tennis ball is probably good for most people. And we're just gonna go into the muscles of the calves. And you can roll side to side, up and down. Almost into the ankle. This guy doesn't want to stay still. And you can even take the ball and just kind of roll it along those muscles as well. Working a circular motion. And we're gonna switch this guy. So these spiky guys are not for the faint of heart. Awesome. So after we've done our roll, it's really good to do a stretch as well. So I'm just gonna take my band, hook my foot up, and we're just gonna do a nice big flex and point. So now I'm really feeling that in the calf. And some circles. And then I'm gonna pull one band at a time. So we're just rotating the foot and getting a good stretch. Hello, buddy. And then we're gonna take the band in one hand and cross over. So push your one arm into the floor, let your hips and glutes stretch. Whiskey, out of the way. And then we're gonna switch to the other direction. And this is that nice inner thigh stretch that we're after doing that little roll. And of course, breathing. And you can do a few. I like to start my morning off with these stretches. Awesome, and then finishing with thread the needle. And I like to kind of add some movement into these by rocking the hips off the floor. And then another favorite of mine, again to get into the inner thighs, just doing some nice deep side to side lunging. You can either bring the heel up or just keep the weight in the heel. So I can definitely feel a difference now. This one is much looser since I've actually rolled and worked on it, and this one's kind of yelling at me a bit. So it really doesn't take that much time to work through our stretching, but it is important to add it into your routine. So whether you've got a good workout routine going, throw something in at the beginning and then at the end for sure, or just book yourself like 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and get used to doing some stretching. So try to incorporate as much as you can. Stay loose and happy and keep active. So thank you.